The C chord now. Can you see my hand? Is that all right?
Move over.
Okay.
I can move over.
That's all right. Not yet. Not yet. Here we go. The chord of C. On 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. C7, F, F7, B flat, E flat. That's a difficult one. Back to B flat. Back to F. Back to C. G. And D. A. D. D7 and G. What about your cheating heart? Your cheating heart. D7 will make you see. You cry D7 and try G3, but sleep won't come. G7, the whole C. You're cheating. G7 will turn on G. G7 went to C down like 4 and G. You toss A around. D7 and call my name. Stop, you're gonna walk C. G, sorry, the way I see. Your cheat. D7, slow it down. Will tell on you. C and G. Oh. Okay, well, Swingaleles, I would like to keep going on the Tennessee Waltz and just do a little bit more of what we spoke about last week about playing harmony with your lead bits. Now, what we'll do, if you can have a look at your this book here, where we've got the C scale. The C scale.
Has it got the colour?
Yeah,
on
there
it?
it is.
Yeah.
No, that's the C scale.
Yeah.
And we'll play the C scale. Yeah, it's on the second page actually in the revision book. And up the top is the C scale. So if we can play the C scale, and I'll show you what I mean. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now what we can do, we can harmonize the C chord, which is what we'll do. So what you do actually is, as you're playing a melody, you look at the chord above it, and the note that you're playing 9 times out of 10 is part of that chord, unless it's a passing note, which I'll talk about in a minute. So what I'd like to do is as we're going up the scale, you pluck the ukulele below the note that you're playing. So you're finishing up on the note that you want. So in this case, the C is the first note. So this is what you would play. Just the 2. Then we go on to the next note, which is the D, but we still pluck the C chord. Then we go to add the second string, open, and we still strum the whole lot with use your thumb. It's enough. James Hill calls it a roll. Different ways of rolls, you know, you can sort of use a finger, but I'm just using my thumb. So we go up to E. Okay, the next one is the second fret on the third string with the second string, and Whoops. The first fret on the second string. Then we go to the next one, which is the third finger. Then everything open. Then the second fret on the first string. And the last one, which is the C. Now you can hear that all those, that C chord harmonizes with all those notes that we've just played. Of course, it'd be better if when you play a G note, you might play a G7 chord, but it still fits in. Now, if there's a note that doesn't fit in on the chord, like you can play that C scale, and most of those notes that you've just played are in that chord, right? Now, an exception would be maybe the D. You know, if you played the D, it might sound a bit off, but it is still part of that chord. And what we call that note is a passing note. You call it a passing note because it's not part of the, you know, the mainstream in chords. Although you could carry it further and call it a ninth chord, because if you reverse it and instead of the second, you raise it up an octave, right? It becomes a ninth, something like that. Right, it becomes a ninth.
Can I say you're getting a bit too technical?
No, I'm not. No, this all carries in with what we're doing with the Tennessee Waltz. Okay, well, what I'd like to do now is we'll sing the Tennessee Waltz, and then we'll try and fit some of the chords in that are above the Tennessee Waltz. It's a terrific song to do that because it's not too fast, and what you can do then is to harmonize them at home and experiment. And when you do your picking in the future, if you look at your music, you'll see that the chords are above that. So if you can fit the chords in to your music, it makes it so that you're playing your own accompaniment. Okay, now that's what we like to do.
So do we do the?
Now we'll do the chords first on the Tennessee Waltz. Right, and don't forget it's 3/4. So we'll do 2 bars on each chord. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 3, 2, 2, 3. C. F sharp diminished. D minor. C7. A7. D7. A different way of playing D7. And F. Okay, that's it. That's how it goes. All right, let's sing it. We'll do the 2 verses. The solo in the middle, we'll leave that for the moment. We'll go straight through, and then we'll work on the actual lead bits. Let's do it. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 2, 2, 3. C. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz when an old friend I happened to see. I introduced him to my darling while they were dancing. My friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night on the Tennessee Waltz when I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing that beautiful Tennessee Waltz. Now I wonder how a dance like the Tennessee Waltz could have broken my heart so complete. Well, I couldn't blame my darling, and who could have fallen in love with my darling so sweet? I remember the night of the Tennessee Waltz. Now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee Waltz. Oh, what a wonderful song. Okay, well, this time could you drag out the music? There it is, and we'll do it bit by bit. Now, the first bit sounds like this. Okay? Bum, 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 bum. Now, if we put a chord, if you look above it, the chord is the C chord. That one. So by using the principle of keeping the melody note the highest, but the melody note that I'm going to use is the open E. So when I go on the E, I'm going to put the chord. Hear that? Hear how good that sounds? Do you want to try that? Just try that.
Slowly.
Come on, Peter. Grab your ukulele. I can see everything you're doing.
He's all.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, and then we go onto our first string. Now on that 7th fret, you can play the chord again. Right? So it sounds like this. So playing up to that from the beginning sounds like this. Whoop. Okay, then we go to the 5th fret. With the 2nd finger, we slip the pinky in on the 3rd fret and play the F chord. Lifting our finger there. So it's like this. Then we keep going. And that's that pull off. And you can put the chord in there. Whoop. That's a D minor, then the G7, then we go again. Onto the 1st string, F with a pinky, lift the pinky, then on the 3rd fret, G7th, and the C chord. Then we get into the bridge. So I'm playing the C chord again. And I play a dodgy little E7th, which is my bridge over the top, and my 1st finger on the 5th fret. It sounds really good. Then with the pinky, I go on to the 7th fret. Then I form a bridge. The bridge like that. And come back down. Got it? And then I follow the music again. Open. A minor. G7. If you look at the chords, you'll see that they're all written on your music. Right now we're getting to bar 26, where it goes into the C. Got that? Mm-hmm. Onto the 1st string.
28.
And the F. That's the C chord again. Whoop. G7, F.
Sounds lovely.
You got it? Now it takes a bit of doing, but you can work out your own chords if you don't like the ones that I've played. But what you do is you look at the chord above and you fit it in with that, right? And you pick out your main notes. Where's Dan? Dan, that's a very strong note.
But they don't have to do that, do they? They can just follow the picking. If they wanted to.
That sounds really good when you do it, when you get it right. And that's really what the ultimate aim in not only ukulele playing, but on guitar. You know, you try and play, because you're only playing one note, it can sound a little bit, you know, unless you're singing, it can sound a little bit empty. You know, that's why it's very rare you hear a flute or a saxophone doing just a solo. You know, they usually need an accompaniment, unless it's a really busy, you know, like an Irish jig, things like that, where you don't need any accompaniment. It's very fast. Okay, can we sing the Tennessee Waltz again, and then we'll try and do the solo in the middle,
But the
just
solo,
the one that's written.
The solo, they can
Just the
just
one that's
pick. They don't have to do. Yeah.
No, you can either play the chords or you can pick it, and then fit in the chords when you're at home, right? You can see the trouble I've had. I've been practicing it all day, and you still make it muck up. You know, before you start actually performing these sort of songs, you've almost got to know them well enough so that when they fall on the floor, you can keep playing. That's the secret, really, when you're doing performances. So can we do it? I love this song. Here we go. Oh, 1, a 2, a 3, a 2, a 2, a 3. I was dancing, my darling, to the Tennessee Waltz when an old friend I happened to see. I introduced him to my darling, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee Waltz. Now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing that beautiful Tennessee Waltz. Here we go. But I will wonder how it dance like the Tennessee Waltz could have broken my heart so complete. Well, I couldn't blame my darling, and who could help falling in love with my darling so sweet. I remember the night and the Tennessee Waltz. Now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing that beautiful Tennessee Waltz.
You say F, but it's G. really insane.
Isn't that good? Oh, what a fabulous. I